So, positive?
Drake Maye.
No.
Oh.
Yes.
That's the only one I got.
Patriots, as slotted,
Okay.
number 1 overall pick.
Woo!
The top 5 draft order. Patriots at 2-7. Because of strength of schedule, at 471, they would pick ahead of the New Orleans Saints if the season ended, the draft happened right now. We're 9 weeks in, and we're going, yeah, baby.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Literally,
we are.
we got Tankathon.
You're damn right we are.
We got Tankathon.
Tank. In fact, George, you know what you do?
Great place to be for the Patriots.
I think at this point,
Yeah, what do you do?
you create a nice little cozy bubble, and you tuck Drake Maye in it, and you say, listen. You've done a great job, kid.
No.
And we're going to go ahead and preserve you.
No.
Because if we stay at this rate,
No.
and we're not even halfway through the season,
No.
we're going to get you decapitated.
F you.
So what you're going to do, Drake,
No.
just take you a little nappy poo, chill out, and then,
No.
Hey, Jacoby, come down here in the valley. Yeah, no. Drake, no, he's going back to the car. He's going home. He's going to take a nap. Jacoby, come here. And you just let Jacoby play it out, and then you get the first pick, but you don't take the first pick, George.
Yep.
No. You trade back because all these teams in this tankathon, that sheet you just held up, all the teams with the Patriots need one thing, a quarterback. And with our quarterback in a bubble, chilling, I think the Patriots can trade back, acquire more picks.
I hate you.
Draft every good offensive lineman and receiver in college football.
Interesting.
Then you let Drake Maye back out of the bubble, and you say, come on, baby. We cooking with grease now. Thoughts?
Why do you want to put Drake Maye in a bubble real quick?
I'm concerned for his health.
Now, I never said do not play Drake Maye because of his health. I always said don't play Drake Maye because the offensive line is terrible, the play calling's bad, the playmakers aren't there, and I fear his regression. So I would just like to take this moment to take the biggest victory lap in the history of Foxborough Rush. As someone that said don't play Drake Maye till week 13, to the person that said you played week 1. Look, this team's not ready to support him. As someone that said you shouldn't look away for trading back in this past draft because you can get multiple first-round picks, and there's a lot of voids on this roster. Tackle, receiver, quarterback. No, you take them. And I agree with taking Drake Maye. It does turn out well because if the Patriots say held and they pick number 1 overall, the Saints, they need a quarterback or a tackle. Carolina Panthers, they need a quarterback.
Yes.
Cleveland Browns, quarterback or wide receiver.
Yes.
Or tackle. Raiders, quarterback. Giants, quarterback.
Yep.
Miami, tackle. And what they can do at this spot, say if the Patriots are picking 1, say if they're picking 3. I think the top 3 picks go Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
You pick your order.
Yep.
None of the teams picking those 3 should be the New England Patriots.
Facts.
The Patriots, if they're in the top 3, can trade back to a 5 spot.
You might still get a Travis Hunter, maybe.
With the Raiders, a 6 spot. With the Giants need a quarterback. They would be willing to trade up. Titans, who you just beat, they need a quarterback. You can trade back, stay within the top 10, and you would get your pick at a Will Campbell or a Kelvin Banks. Will Campbell, the left tackle at LSU.
Yep.
Kelvin Banks, the left tackle out of Texas.
Yep.
Which Matt Miller, we've had on this program, has said, you go Kelvin Banks, and he explained why. And we'll have him back on because it's getting to that point.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
The Patriots are in a great spot. And look, they shouldn't tank. You go on the field, you play to win. They're not going to tank. They're just going to lose. And they'll finish with 3 or 4 wins at most.
That's even worse.
And they will be in a top 4 situation, but in a situation where you trade back, you get more picks, and you still get the tackle you need. For anyone saying Travis Hunter, that will not translate to more wins for this team because it will not translate to supporting Drake Maye. And I get him. He's like a Garrett Wilson on the outside as a receiver. You need protection. You need playmakers. There has to be free agency addressed and the draft. This team needs to go tackle. They need to go receiver. They need to go offensive lineman again. They need to go receiver and playmaker again. And then corner and defensive end. There's so many needs. The Patriots sitting at number 1 overall. Great situation for them to be in because they need draft picks, they need draft assets, and they can trade back if they're in that spot.
Listen, I'm not against a Travis Hunter if you're able to acquire 2 first-round picks and he drops for some unforeseen reason, which we always see in the draft. You know, if he drops, you got to tackle early, and he's there at, I don't know, I'm making this up, 11 or 10 or something, then take him. But I'm with you in terms of wherever you are, even if you trade back to a 4 or 5 in your scenario, you don't take a Travis Hunter, and I'm a huge Travis Hunter fan. You must address this offensive line. You have to do it.
Yep.
There is no generational wide receiver in this draft. That's not to say any of these kids can't play. You should take some of them. But there's no Megatron here. There's no Larry Fitzgerald walking through that door in this draft. You have to go offensive line. I personally, I'll be honest with you, whether it's 2 first-round picks or your first and your second, I think you have to take offensive line. I swear to God, I am drafting an entirely new offensive line in this draft. Give me the college all-stars on the offensive line. That's who I'd roll out. I'd have 5 rookies on that damn line next year, and they'd all be blue chippers, every last one of them. And then I'd spend some money probably in the wide receiver realm as far as free agency goes. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But I tell you what you can't do. I don't think you stay at number 1 here. You can't. I mean, it's too many good quarterbacks. Travis Hunter's a generational talent. There's going to be some desperate teams calling your line, which is exactly why Elliott Wolf should not be the person on the other end playing let's make a deal. You got to get everybody out of there. You got to get a new GM. You got to get a new coach. You damn sure need new coordinators. And that's who should be making the decision for this franchise moving forward, not the clowns we have.
And that's the issue you run into when they didn't go out and sign an actual left tackle like a Jonah Williams, right?
Right.
They didn't even add I'm not going to talk about this guy like he's a number 1.
Sure.
But they don't add a receiver like a Marquise Brown, a Hollywood Brown, who is done for the season pretty much with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But you don't know what happens if he's in your door, right?
Right.
They don't go out, and I think he had a bad case of the drops, but a downfield receiver like a Gabe Davis, where you just don't add these guys, and that gives you flexibility in building out your roster moving forward. They dropped the ball in free agency where the wide receiver signings like a KJ Osborne didn't flourish. An offensive tackle signing like a Chuks Okorafor didn't flourish. And it's affecting them now. You fumble away one offseason, it affects the next. There's so many mistakes and so much ground they have to make up for.
Well
Great
said.
Spot to be in.
Well said.
Great spot to be in to have number 1 overall pick. Does it shake out that way? I think the Saints, as of the recording of this podcast, nothing has changed. I think their head coach is done. We'll see if that wakes them up.
Yep.
Carolina, maybe they win, 2 or 3 more games. I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like. Cleveland, I would rule it out with that defense and Jameis Winston. Vegas, I don't think so. Giants, that's tough. Miami has 2 in that offense. They can win more. The Patriots are in a key spot where they could be picking top 4 and where tackles are expected to go 5 and 10, depending who you like. They're in a good spot with the demand of quarterbacks and the prospects and teams of need in this draft.
The quote of the show goes to you, my friend,
Oh,
where
what's
you
that?
said, they're not tanking. They're just going to lose.
They're not going to tank.
So true. They're not going to tank. They're just going to lose out. They're not trying to lose, but they're so bad, they will be losing.
Is it the greatest move all time where they are tanking without us knowing?
No.
Like
Because
Robert Kraft and Elliot Wolf, low-key geniuses?
No. Here's why we know.
Robin Glazer, that's it.
Here's
She
why we
made those
know.
calls.
You went to Drake May.
Yep.
If you were truly tanking,
They would have never went to Drake
you would
May.
have never went to Drake.
And again, remember, they went to Drake May because they got off to a 2-4 start and lost to the Dolphins because of coaching.
That's right.
You wanting Drake May in the bubble? Not happening because the coaches failed you, Travis.
Yeah, you're right.
They failed me. They failed Drake May
You're
so
right.
far.